Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you Marvel February for April 2024 Solicitations. Oh, and that is a nice cover there. Blood Hunt, Issue 1, Who Will Bite It? When you're doing a vampire story, that's almost a prerequisite for that. So, let's look into this and see what's kind of going on. We get an interesting kind of Disney West Coast Avengers, but it actually starts off giving us interior art from Blood Hunt Issue 1, which looks amazing. I love the artwork. I like how Wanda looks. I love Tony's armor here with the new Mysterium armor that we will be seeing soon. But we see this crazy kind of like darkness thing going. It's like, what the fuck? And then we see it in other kind of places, and it's cool to see Moon Knight and Tigra. It's like, ah, shit, you don't get enough Tigra a lot. As we see vampires falling down, it's like, what the hell? So we see Blood Hunt issue 1 of 5, and that, the bloodiest Marvel event ever. The skies have gone dark, the sun hiding its face from the carnage to come. The children of the night, the vampires, have risen from the dark and hidden places of the world as one to drown the Marvel Universe in blood. Earth's final night has fallen. Can even the heroes of this doomed world stem the tide of blood that is to come? Join the Avengers, Blade, Bloodline, Spider-Man, Hunter's Moon, Tigra, Doctor Strange, and Clea as the dance of death begins in Blood Hunt issue 1 on sale in May. 40 pages, $5.99. And then there's a red band edition. There will be more blood. Expanded and unexpurgated. And polybagged for your protection, the red band edition of Blood Hunt issue 1 contains additional pages of unexpurgated material that are too explicit for the regular edition. 48 pages, $7.99. That's interesting. Well, that way you know what's going on there. Alright, Avengers Twilight issue 5 of 6. America and democracy are under attack. Can the Avengers of Tomorrow save a country from itself as their greatest enemy dismantles everything Captain America holds dear? It's a battle decades in the making, and no one is safe. 40 pages, $4.99. I love Hawkeye there. It's like, ooh. See how that goes. Ultimate Spider-Man issue 4. Who is the Green Goblin? Peter Parker's secret life starts fraying the edges of his personal life. And that's kind of interesting since he's a father and how that kind of works out. And I like seeing Ben Parker and Who is Spider-Man and Goblin Attack. It's like, it'll be interesting to see how that kind of changes stuff up. J. Jonah Jameson and Ben Parker's pursuit of truth, or at least the news, stirs unrest with the world at large. And now that Spider-Man may not have to operate alone, the real work of rebuilding this corrupt world can begin. 32 pages, $4.99. Let's see. Also have Ultimate X-Men 2, Ultimate Black Panther 3, Enter Storm and Killmonger. Black Panther takes matters into his own hands and embarks on a covert solo mission to deal with Ra and Khonshu directly. Wakanda's conflict with Moon Knight has escalated. Even with spies all across the continent feeding information, Wakanda is overwhelmed. Everything changes, though, when a pair of freedom fighters enter the fray. Ultimate Killmonger and Ultimate Storm. And Killmonger looks fucking badass. It's like, okay, let's see what kind of goes on there and whose sides who is on. Let's see, Ultimate X-Men issue 2. The Ultimate X-Men go back to school. High school, that is. It's a new school year for Hisako as she tries to get a grasp on her new powers. Where she meets a cool white-haired punk girl named May, a.k.a. Maystorm, who understands all too well the challenges Hisako faces. And they team up to embark on a creepy adventure to learn who is behind the creepy shadow that has been haunting and taunting them. Interesting there for Ultimate X-Men. We're also getting a new Deadpool issue 1. Writer Cody Ziegler, Roge Antonio artist, I believe. A new era for the merc with a mouth and a gun and a sword. Cody Ziegler, Futurama Miles Morales Spider-Man, has a wild ride planned for the merc with a mouth, introducing a terrifying new villain who won't stop until he catches Wade in his death grip. But all work and no play makes Deadpool a very dead boy. See, Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider is getting an issue 1. Trapped in the 616 for good. Spider-Man Shadow of the Green Goblin kind of mini thing going on. 1 of 4. This one's interesting. I don't know what's going on here. There's the The Immortal Thor and Roxanne Presents Thor issue 1. I don't know if... Okay, these definitely are two different ones. So I don't know what's going on there. I might have to get them to see what's going on. Because Immortal Thor issue 9, the Enchantress of Worlds. The son of Odin came to the Citadel of Roxanne to make war for the sake of the Earth herself. But his enemies were waiting to steal from him the one thing that was Thor's alone, and they had crafted the foulest of weapons to do it. This is the story of the immortal Thor and of the trap he could not escape. And then it's Roxanne Presents Thor issue 1. I don't know how many this is going to be, what's kind of going on here, because we see fucking Thor with a Roxanne hammer. It's like, what the fuck? From the pages of Immortal Thor, the Roxanne Age of Comics, with 2 X's, begins. In his secret identity as AI spokesguru, Chad Hammer, the son of Odin, knows Mama Gaia is a top priority for heroes and for business. But when a group of insane environmental activists take saving the Earth too far, it's time to show them the wisdom on both sides as Thor. But which god of evil is prompting the kids to rebel? Could it be Loki, god of evil? Featuring an all-star cast of heroes. Minotaur, Executioner, Enchantress, and the Thor Truck. This is the story of the Roxanne Thor, and it's a vital part of the Absolute Absolution mega event. Interesting. Also getting Kid Venom 1 of 4. That's a really cool looking cover there. Jesus Christ, Symbiote Spider-Man 2099. That fucking looks nuts. And then, of course, we're getting the Spectacular Spider-Man as we see Peter and Miles doing their work, which is kind of cool. Edge of the Spider-Verse, 3 of 4, introducing Star Spider. That's kind of cool looking. Then we've got, of course, Jackpot and Black Cat going on, 2 of 4. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, with like a couple Quicksilvers. Black Widow and Hawkeye as well. Kind of cool ones. Both kind of 4 minis. Ghost Rider, Final Vengeance. That's a nice looking cover right there. The new Ghost Rider. There's a new spirit of vengeance in town and he's looking to run the place. There will be no stopping this rider. The mystery of Johnny Blaze's disappearance continues. 32 pages, $3.99. Yeah. We got another What If Venom thing going on. Gods, issue 7. Dimitri is an orphan who was born in the Cosmodrome. Out there somewhere is where he's been looking for his whole life. The way in is the way through. All you have to do is listen for the signal. 32 pages, $4.99. Cool looking cover there. Let's see, we got Fall of the House of X, 4 of 5, and Rise of the Powers of X, 4 of 5 as well. Things going nutty there. Let's see here. There we go. Now we got Avengers issue 12. I really like this cover because I like seeing Tony's armor there. The fall of X comes for Earth's mightiest heroes. The Avengers have hung in space over the Earth, a sword of Damocles over Orcus for too long. But knowing they had only one chance to strike, they waited while Iron Man prepped. Now, on his signal, it is time, and the Avengers only know one way to strike hard. 32 pages, $3.99. Then we got Avengers issue 13. The Avengers versus the Stark Sentinel program. Orcus' counterstrike put the Avengers on the back foot as the true extent of the Stark Sentinel program is revealed. Can Earth's mightiest heroes stand against impossible odds, or they fall against the metal onslaught? I'll have to see how that works out. It's like, what kind of shit did they put in there? Let's see. Resurrection of Magneto will come to an end, as well as Dead X-Men. X-Men 33's cover looks pretty damn cool. Everybody like, ugh. X-Men Forever 2 of 4, Cable 3 of 4, The Invincible Iron Man issue 17. Tony Stark's greatest accomplishment may have just become the world's most advanced coffin. Trapped within a deactivated armor, Tony must face down his demons and his legacy. Can Iron Man escape, or will mutant kind's hopes die along with him? 32 pages, $3.99. I like that cover, and the armor just looks nuts. Pretty much like grasping him, choking him out. Like, damn. Weapon X-Men 2 of 4, and X-Men 97 2 of 4. Interesting ones. That's cool. Then we've got a Sabretooth War going on and Wolverine 47-48 going on. Wolverine Madripoor Knights will be going on 305. Giant-sized Hulk. Here we go. The Amazing Spider-Man's issue 47 and 48. After the events of Web of Spider-Man issue 1, Chasm is on the loose. Spider-Man better track down his erstwhile clone and Hallows Eve ASAP. We're getting closer to Amazing Spider-Man issue 50. Yeah, so I'm glad that they're getting brought back into the fray. That'll get us linked up to 50, I think, pretty much, and that'll be kind of cool. We still gotta wrap up Gang War, but it'll be cool to see that this is what we're kind of getting into afterwards. Peter Parker versus Ben Reilly. Spider-Man finally gets a rematch. Meanwhile, what is going on with Norman Osborn? Yeah, you kind of want to figure that out. Only 2 issues left until Amazing Spider-Man issue 50. Really like those covers. Chasm's outfit is actually really kind of cool. I do like the design of that, and it's always cool to see it kind of done like that. Just like actually spotlighted and everything going on. So hopefully Ben will get back into not being a dillhole. Spider-Boy issue 6, Miles Morales, Spider-Man 19. Let's see. Spider-Woman, Superior Spider-Man, Spider-Punk 304. You got some crazy ass Venom and Carnage shit going on. Ooh. Captain America issue 8. Captain America has the tools and the will to protect the Front Door Cabaret and its strange guardian, Lyra, from the onslaught of a fate worse than death. Now he just needs the strategy. But sometimes good strategy requires sacrifices to be made. And we see that cover looks nuts. It's like, okay, Steve, what's kind of going on? We got Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 4. The Incredible Hulk looks insane. What the fuck is he fighting there? The monstrous, ethereal, demonic, angelic, frozen Charlotte has plagued New Orleans for centuries. It's high time to put a stop to it. And Hulk is just the guy to do it. Plus, Aldous makes another tempting offer to Bruce Banner. Okay, that sounds nuts. Ooh, nice Captain Marvel cover there. And now we get Fantastic Four issue 19. She came in trouble, all 5 feet 6 inches of it. Even her name was a warning that things were about to get bad for me real quick. Storm. Miss Susie Storm, standing there in a blue gown, custom made to take years off the life of anyone who saw her, big as life in my crummy office. The doll needed a private eye to find her boyfriend. Seemed he'd pull a disappearing act. One Professor Richards, a hard-luck egghead who'd somehow scored way out of his league. I didn't want to take her case, but my bank account said otherwise, and besides, there was something about her. A sense of danger, maybe, but also a vulnerability. Call me a sap, but the world's a rough place. And me, I didn't want to make it any rougher on her. Of course, it wasn't long before I'd wish I'd gone. I'd had the good sense to keep my distance. It's like, that is kind of cool, kind of hard-boiled noir kind of thing. We'll have to see how that works out. There's no calm before this storm. When it works, it works. Blade, issue 10. Blade versus the Adana, round 2. Fatality. The Adana really already ruthlessly defeated Blade once, but after honing new vampiric powers and gathering an army of the dead, Blade is ready for a rematch. At stake, the fate of every soul on Earth. Damn. That's nuts. And we get Doctor Strange. I love this cover. This just looks kind of nutty of what's kind of going on here. Doctor Strange issue 14. The living game has taken root in Manhattan, transforming parts of the city into a dark fantasy world. Doctor Strange and his secret defenders have managed to insert themselves into the narrative, but they're not alone. Can Strange and company learn the rules and rescue those trapped within, or is it back to the Dark Ages for the Big Apple? 32 pages, $3.99. And I love Strange's outfit, Moon Knight, Taskmaster there too. Clea looks like. It just is a really cool, strange looking cover. We got She-Hulk issue 7, Daredevil issue 8. Let's see here, some Star Wars ones. Those seem to be the big main ones before we get into trade backs and everything. Omnibuses and all that. Cool. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that I'm looking forward to here. Blood Hunt sounds interesting, but I don't know if I'm going to look into it. That, of course, is coming out in May. I'm really intrigued for the stuff to see what's going to be happening in Avengers Twilight, Immortal Thor, Cap, Iron Man, all that kind of stuff going on. My main ones that I've been looking into. There's definitely a lot of different other kind of ones going on. Spidey will be the most interesting to see how the whole Chasm and Hallows Eve things go, especially after Gang War. So yeah, well, there's definitely some interesting kind of stuff that I'm looking forward to, and it'll be interesting to see how the noir kind of aspect works for Fantastic Four. That can either work so-so if it's not done to like crazy stuff, but from the way it's written, I think it'll be an interesting kind of read, and I definitely am looking forward to Avengers to see how Tony's new armor and they deal with the Stark Sentinel program headed up by Orchis. And I'm glad that we're seeing the dovetailing of that in the Avengers from what's going on in Invincible Iron Man. So there's a lot of interesting stuff to look forward to. So those are my opinions on the solicitations. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked them, if you didn't like them, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.